Hey guys, Dr. Kahu here and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be doing a part 10 to what if Naruto was the reincarnation of the Sage of Six Paths. As usual, if you guys want to know what happened previously so you don't enter into any form of spoilers, please refer to my last 9 episodes that's on my channel, Dr. Kahu. And then from there, jump back into this one, okay? So you know. Without further ado guys, let's get into this next part, okay? Because in essence I left you in a form of a three-way cliffhanger, okay? So without further ado, let's begin this. What if Naruto was the reincarnation of the Sage of Six Paths? Part 10. Now let's begin. When I last left off, Kakashi was leaving with Team Asuma to avenge Asuma's death from Hidan and Kakuzu. So they're gonna head out like cannon. Now, one thing I did mention is Ino stayed in the village on my last episode. That was totally wrong, and I'd like to revamp that and re-explain. Ino actually went with Team Asuma. My bad for kind of confusing information. But yeah, okay. So who goes with Kakashi is Kakashi, Shikamaru, Choji, and Ino. And from there, everything happens all the way up to the same, even with Shikamaru's planning. Everything like that happens all the way the same up to the point when the battle begins between Kakuzu and Hidan. Okay, so when we get to this point, Kakashi is way stronger now, like in canon, because of Naruto using the Six Path powers, well, his Sage of Six Path abilities to upgrade his Kamui or his Mangekyo to the Eternal Mangekyo, where it looks at the Kamui, the normal Mangekyo he has, but with a Sharingan in the middle. That's his Eternal Mangekyo, thanks to Naruto, of course. And Kakashi doesn't realize this fully, but he has actually the same identical abilities as the other eye. So he has the same abilities as the other eye that Obito has, if you get what I mean. And what happens with that, Kakashi can do all the same jutsus as Obito. He has the same 5-minute time span of using the Kamui to walk through people, and the only way to actually technically hurt him is to get into the Kamui dimension. Okay, so Kakashi has their same abilities. Not only that, he can also do the remote view Kamui, where he doesn't need to just touch you to suck you into the Kamui dimension. He can also teleport you the same way he did with Deidara when he teleported in the canon, when he teleported Deidara's arm away. Kakashi can do that, and not only that, he can do the Kamui from place to place, but he will find out in this battle to come with Kakuzu and Hidan, right? So as the battle progresses, Shikamaru, like in canon, fights Hidan, and what happens is Kakashi makes it. He wants to end it quick with Kakuzu. So what happens is Kakashi he instantly focuses his eyes chakra and envelops his Sharingan into the Eternal Mangekyo, which takes Kakuzu by surprise. And what he does is, instead of wasting time like in canon, he summons all his hearts and makes sure all his hearts get out ready to attack Kakashi. But this is what Kakashi wanted. He wanted Kakuzu to reveal his jutsu. So when all these things started flying out, Kakashi counted them all, watched them all, and what he did was he tells Ino, Shikamaru, and all them Ino and Choji to be ready. And so they are, in all intents and purposes. And what happens is Shikamaru takes Hidan away, just like in canon. Okay, they go do their battle in the forest, and Shikamaru wins. But while that is happening, Choji and Ino are standing back while Kakashi is fighting all those hearts of Kakuzu. And what happens is Kakashi is dodging, ducking, all that stuff to get around all the attack, the wind styles and the fire style and the lightning styles. Kakashi is jumping backwards and forth through all of those, making sure he doesn't get hit by any of the jutsus. But what happens is Kakashi, one air bullet makes him slip and makes him fall off the tree, and a lightning style goes to hit Kakashi. But what happens is, as Kakashi tries to deflect it by using his own lightning style, he looks up, turns around, and the lightning goes right through him and hits the ground and blows the ground up behind him. And what happens is Kakuzu thought he actually got Kakashi because the explosion made a wake around Kakashi, all the dust turned up. And Ino and Choji think that Kakashi got wiped out by the attack. What happens is Kakashi realizes that he actually now is intangible with his new Eternal Mangekyo, which makes him happy. So what happens? He runs straight out of the smoke and runs straight for the heart that shot the lightning. Kakashi jumps straight at it, and what happens is he goes to try to throw a lightning blade at it, but the lightning heart fucking puppet, or Kakuzu's one of his hearts, shoots a lightning and at him again. And what happens? Kakashi unintentionally passes through it again, but passes through the attack. Or what he also does too is pass right through the the puppet. But what he realizes though, he wants to get something to go. So as he passes by, he turns around, and as his lead comes through, he puts his hand on the puppet and instantly teleports it away. But not teleports it in a way where it enters the Kamui dimension. What he does is he kind of shreds it apart. He uses the Kamui by contact and the Kamui, the remote viewing Kamui between it. So he makes like two Kamui spaces. They tear the lightning puppet apart, or the lightning heart apart. Kakuzu, Ino, and Choji are shocked. All of them are shocked that he did that. And then Kakashi lands on the ground and he smiles, because not only is his eyes more powerful and everything like that, but also that his eternal Mangekyo doesn't hurt him, doesn't drain him at all. He's starting to feel even more stronger and more stronger. And Kakashi's going to have the same perks as a normal Uchiha with the eternal Mangekyo. You know what I mean? Like even the Susanoo, Kakashi will eventually start to manifest the Susanoo same way, because Naruto amped his power up. So as the battle progresses, Kakashi just honestly has Kakuzu on the back fence straight away. Kakuzu tries his best to try to attack him, but Kakashi realizes that his Kamui is actually faster now. His remote viewing Kamui. So what happens? He jumps away, looks at the puppet, and Kamui's up the head, half the head away, and he does it really fast. And it takes like a brief second and a half to 2 seconds to destroy the face with the Kamui, and he does it, and he was able to track it perfectly because his eyes like a Sharingan with the Kamui eye ability altogether. So he's able to watch it and obliterate it even at high speed movement. So it's easy as Kakashi destroys all the puppets with their same jutsu, and what happens is Kakuzu's all is left to do now is that one where he makes all the tentacle grows out, all his hairs and all that stuff like that. But what he does too, he shoots his hand on the ground and reaches out and grabs Choji and slams him into the wall and tries to bring him forward. But Kakashi kind of had an idea that Kakuzu was planning on attacking them, the team boss. So what happens is Kakashi Kamui's the part of the arm that's tethered to the one that's going through and holding Choji's neck, and in doing so, what happens is Kakuzu loses his arm completely from the attack. Choji falls down, and Kakashi tells Kakuzu, "This is it. You're about to die." And Kakashi is about to make a lightning blade, but Kakuzu rushes at Kakashi and goes to try and attack him again. What happens? Kakashi just smiles. He makes a lightning blade, but what he does is he closes his eye, and Kakuzu jumps. It goes right through him, and this makes Kakashi smile. And as Kakuzu does that, Kakuzu moves right through Kakashi, thanks to his Kamui Kakashi extends his right hand out to allow for the Kamui to still affect him. So even if Kakuzu was to go right through him and try to turn around and attack, he still will be intangible. But this is what Kakashi wanted. So when Kakuzu does turns an attack, his jutsu goes right through him again. And as Kakashi times it perfectly, as all the tentacles go past him, Kakashi has only one window of opportunity. And when the window comes, Kakashi slams his left hand right through Kakuzu's chest, obliterating the last heart. And what happens is, as Kakashi does that, he does the Kamui contact, where the Kakuzu's body gets ripped up from the back. And only that, the Kamui, his remote viewing Kamui, rips him and pretty much tears him in half, and drops Kakuzu on the ground. He dies, and Shikamaru and them, they all they get their revenge. And Kakashi is slightly tired from this jutsu, but when he realizes is his space-time jutsu is actually quite more powerful now, and he can do more than what he should have. So Kakashi experiments. What he does is he looks where Shikamaru is, and he uses the same Kamui on himself, and he Kamui's away and instantly appears right by Shikamaru, which shocks Shikamaru because he just came out of this swirly space. And then Kakashi clicks, he can teleport. But he doesn't realize at this present time, and the vast distance he's about to cover from where he's at, from the Kakuzu and Hidan fight, it's going to drain a significant amount of chakra from Kakashi, thanks to the time space between. Like, he is tired, but not as tired as he would be in canon. So Kakashi tells them to place their hand on Kakashi, and what happens is Kakashi powers up more chakra into his eye, and he says Kamui, and all four of them teleport away. And what happens is they teleport back to the Hidden Leaf, the front gates. What happens is Ino feels kind of lightheaded that just happened. She's fucking shocked that was just at one place and another. Shikamaru is quite impressed that Kakashi has a time-space jutsu with the eye, and on that Shikamaru buzzes out that the Uchiha has these certain type of powers. That's incredible. Choji's just happy he gets to be home and be safe. You know, he almost got his heart ripped out, so he can't complain. So what happens is that part of the arc is done. Now when Kakashi goes to Tsunade to report, Tsunade explains to Kakashi that Naruto and Sasuke are headed out to Itachi to possibly get another prisoner for the Hidden Leaf. And Kakashi goes, but Kakashi was gonna come with them, but he kind of loses breath and falls over and feels knackered, tired from the teleporting around. So Tsunade tells Kakashi to sit down and rest for a bit, and she also tells Team Asuma to rest as well, because they just finished coming through a rough experience and they got their revenge. So all of them are all happy and they're fine and dandy. So that's what happens from their situation. Now when it comes to Danzo has the location of where the Three Towers is, and the Three Towers is like in canon underwater. So what happens is Danzo takes with him to go and get the Three Towers. He takes Suigetsu, Karin, and the Aburami member and the Yamanaka member with him to go and deal with the Three Towers. So what happens when they get there? Zetsu, a part of Zetsu, or one part of Zetsu that's kind of split, found where Danzo was going. Like, you saw where Danzo was going, and he goes back to form the Akatsuki. What happens? But Nagato is not really worried about Danzo. He's more worried about Itachi and Kisame. So he reiterates to Zetsu he needs to go see where they are. So as like normal, Zetsu gaps it and leads towards the old Uchiha hideout. So that's where he's going. But now Nagato knows the whereabouts of Danzo and where he's going. So what happens is Nagato sends Conan and the animal path to go and see what's happening, because the animal path can reverse summon or summon all the paths of pain to a location. So what happens is Conan makes like a flying table or a big giant paper plane, and they fly off to follow Danzo. But when Danzo and them get to the area where Naruto actually in canon fights the Three Towers using the collaboration jutsu, Danzo lands on the same area where Naruto stands in canon, but the Three Towers are still underwater. And what happens is Danzo tells Suigetsu to go underwater and turn into water and find the Three Towers, which Suigetsu does without question. And when it comes to Karin, the reason why she's there, not just to heal them, but because Danzo can instantly ease them out, it's pointless. But what happens is, when it comes to Karin, why she's there, while Danzo was preparing and getting stronger and taking Lord Shikamaru's place, he read notes upon what Orochimaru meant when saw in Karin, not just the chakra healing through the bite of her body part, but it's also that she possesses the same traits as Kushina. So what happens is Danzo pretty much puts her in a position where he psycho evaluates her and makes her, like, gives her the point where she's super proficient at summoning her chains, and it works. She gets to that point, but she's there to help seal the One Tails. Okay, and not only that, Danzo has a teapot similar towards the one that Gaara in Boruto series sealed Shikaku in. Okay, but Shikaku had to willingly go into the sealing urn. So that happens with him. Now what happens is, when Suigetsu gets there and he finds this massive odd shape that's underwater, Suigetsu goes to annoy it, but what happens is the Three Towers tries to suck him in, like he kind of does to Naruto and canon, where Naruto has to use the Shadow Clone to find his way out. But what happens is it doesn't work, because Suigetsu is just water, so he's everywhere. And so what happens is, as the Three Tail gets agitated by this, Suigetsu turns into that giant fish monster and pushes the Three Tails out of the water, well, as high as he can. And what he does is he continuously hits the Three Tails until the Three Tails is on the surface of the water. And this is exactly what Danzo wanted. And so what happens is Danzo looks at Karin. Karin instantly gets down in a position on her knees, or on her knee, my bad. And as she gets on her knee and starts to infuse chakra chains erupt out of her back and hit the ground. And what happens is these chakra chains go right over the area where Danzo and all of them are, and with the Three Tails is. And not only that, Danzo yells at Karin to push more out. So what happens is Karin makes 2 more chains, and those 2 chains hit the Three Tails and pretty much bind the arms down and hold the arms there. But this is exactly what Danzo wants. And as it happens, Danzo lands on the ground. and proceeds lands on the wall and proceeds to walk to the three tails casually, because Karin easily has the three tails held by her adamantine chains, or Uzumaki chains, like in canon. So it holds, she holds them there. So he gets back to the surface and instantly envelops all the three tails to hold it down as well. And what happens is the Aburami clan member, he sends out parasitic bugs to drain some of the three tails chakra to also hold it there and paralyze it. And the Yamanaka clan member also keeps the three tails in a calm mind while being restrained. And as all of this is happening, Danzo's walking there casually. The Sharingan eyes are already open, and because he can spam the Izanagi with each eye, well, because the eyes don't permanently close no more, they deactivate for 5 minutes and reactivate again. And I know that Danzo has the remote control Mangekyo Sharingan on his eyes, and then like how Shin does, so he's able to do the same thing. He's able to do a sort of time-space jutsu, the same way Shin Uchiha could. And I know that he can remote control objects he puts ceiling tags on. So what happens is Danzo's casually walking to the three towers, and the three towers is trying to fight, but his chakra is being drained, and he's restricted by these chains, and these bugs are paralyzing him, and the Yamanaka clan member is keeping him in a calm state. So three towers can't do nothing. He's in essence sort of immobilized. And while this is all going down, Conan and the animal path get there around the same time. And what happens is, as Danzo walks up and looks right at Isabu's eye, he opens his left eye to where his Sharingan is, and instantaneously puts him under, right eye, my bad, and activates the Shishui Sharingan and puts the three tails under Genjutsu, or the Koto Matsukabe anyway. And what happens is he tells the three tails to jump into the ceiling urn right now, and the three tails obliges listen to Danzo. He calls Danzo Lord Danzo. And what happens is Danzo opens the tea kettle, and the three tails jump straight into the key kettle. Fuck! Oh my god. Sorry guys. The three tails jumps into the teapot, and when Danzo seals it, no one can sense the chakra. But what happens as he seals it, the animal path summons all the rest of the pains, and not only that, Conan put bombs all on the outside of the chakra barrier, and she layered them at least 3 to 4 times, all the bombs all over, and she detonates them, all of them, and it's quite a huge explosion, and it makes Karin drain the chakra. Because Karin had help with all the other members to help restrain the three tails, it actually made it more tired. So after all these bombs go off, all these thousands of bombs go off, she manages just to hold on enough until Danzo goes and gets in the battle. But what happens is Danzo sends the Yamanaka clan member and the Aburami clan member to go and attack, and what happens is the Aburami clan member shoots out all of those parasitic insects, the ones that can pretty much kill everyone. And as he chucks it at Nagato or Pain, the Diva Path walks right up to the insects and holds his hands up, and it goes, "That's a very interesting and dangerous jutsu you just presented in front of me. However, be gone." Boom! And he does a massive almighty push. And what happens when the almighty push hits them, it fucking hits every one of them. Like it's not even a joke. Nagato, the real one, he's really serious upon what needs to be done. He wants that three tails. And as they get hit, Danzo gets the full wake of it, hits him and blows him away. The Yamanaka clan member gets blown away too. Thanks to the bugs that are on the Aburami clan member, they pretty much save him from impact attacks, but it kills a lot of them, but they regenerate, so he's okay. The Aburami member, the Yamanaka clan member, he's dead. He got destroyed, killed, completely obliterated. And Danzo, he's fine. Karin's fine thanks to healing jutsu. She bites her arms just to heal. But when it comes to Danzo, he's fine. He's still in the same place he was when he got destroyed and obliterated, because thanks to the Izanagi, one of his eyes are closed for the next 5 minutes. He can pretty much come back as nothing, like again. So what happens is Danzo, like, he's way ruthless now, thanks to he has all these Orochimaru powers and everything like that. So when it comes to Danzo fighting Pain, Danzo talks to them about why don't they work together to help each other for mutual benefit. But what happens is Pain recognizes Danzo. Danzo was with Hanzo when they made Yahiko get killed by Nagato. So what happens is when Pain sees Danzo fully, he uses the almighty pull to pull Danzo in, and at this present time Danzo can't do shit. He gets pulled in, and as he gets instantly closer to this, Suigetsu comes out of the water instantly in their monster fish form, and completely swipes all the pains away, but doesn't destroy them. But he swipes them away and makes like a big torrent of water. And I know that after that, Suigetsu goes to like kind of eat, goes like pretty much chomp on them to keep them there, keep them down. As he goes to attack, what's it called, the Ashura path, the one that can make all the weapons and all that shit. Pretty much makes a massive hand cannon and blows a massive hole through Suigetsu's summoning water jutsu thingy that he has, that monster creature. But this was just enough time for Karin to put a barrier between her and Danzo. So and what happens is from there, Danzo knows that he has to leave Suigetsu behind. So what he does, he tells Suigetsu to fight to his last, and they continue to fight until you die. Suigetsu bows to Danzo and instantly uses all his jutsu, his water jutsus, everything like that, to push the pains of path as much as he can. And what happens is Danzo, he uses the first time uses his teleportation jutsu, and he teleports Karin himself and the Aburabi clan member back to his hideout where Kabuto is. And speaking about Kabuto finished perfecting the reanimation jutsu, and not only that, he even also learnt what's it called, how to perfectly reanimate everyone with their personalities, but be bound to them like Orochimaru did when he summoned all the Hokage. Same kind of deal. So what happens is Danzo's army is ready to back at home, and he's got one of the 3 tails. Now there's only 2 more tails left to go, the 8 tails and the 9 tails. And Danzo thinks like he's not gonna go for the 9 tails. So he sets aside upon the 8 tails. When Nagato sees that Danzo got away, he loses his mind and he gets angry. The real Nagato that's been chained, that's held up in that weird fucking wheelchair thing, he shouts in absolute anger, and that shouts like an almighty push that shakes everything around him, and he starts to get angry. And so what happens is Nagato tells Conan that this form that he takes right now, where he just sits in a chair and allow Yahiko and them to walk around, it's not him. That's not how he should be. So what happens is Nagato pretty much gets all the paths of pains when they head back to the Hidden Rain Village. Okay, they head back to the Hidden Rain Village, and Nagato deactivates all the paths of pains, and he puts them all to rest. Conan wraps them all up using her paper jutsu, the same place where she puts them in a cannon where they die. And then what happens is Nagato takes all the chakra in that he had put into those clones, and for the most part he gets buff again and he gets much more stronger. But this is a way more serious and more powerful Nagato here than canon. Like, Obito has to stay clear now how powerful Nagato and serious he is now, and how much Naruto's a threat. So what happens is Conan and Nagato, after he gets his full chakra, they leave to the Hidden Cloud to go catch the 8 tails, and they're gonna leave Naruto for last, so Nagato can have the Gedo statue to help fight Naruto. That's his plan anyway. And not only that, Naruto is gonna infuse his own chakra, and his chakra is gonna make up for all the people that are missing, because this is a plot armor. Yeah. So what's gonna happen is, what's his name, Nagato, he's gonna fucking hunt. He's gonna push his boundaries, and so as he heads to the Hidden Cloud Village, we take our story towards Sasuke and Naruto flying towards the Uchiha compound. As they're flying, Sasuke remarks to Naruto, "You're not gonna interfere, right?" And Naruto just smiles and tells Sasuke, "Only if you go against my mission, Sasuke, then I will stop you." And Sasuke doesn't stop because he knows this is urgent. He needs to get there and get all the information he can before Sasuke loses his mind. That's what he's thinking in his head. And it goes like that. It goes exactly like that. When Naruto and Sasuke appear at the Uchiha hideout, Itachi's already inside the building and Kisame's standing there. So what happens is Naruto and Sasuke land right by Kisame just to show that, one, they have the balls to do so, and 2, he's right there. And what happens is Kisame looks at Sasuke, and as Sasuke walks past, Kisame says, "I'm guessing Itachi's inside." And Kisame smiles. "Guess right, you little brat." Sasuke opens his eyes and he's already got the Eternal Mangekyou Sharingan activated. And what happens is Sasuke tells Naruto, I'll leave this guy to you, Naruto. Naruto smiled and goes, yes, Sasuke, I got your back. So what happens is Sasuke and Itachi, when they have their discussion, everything like that, goes all the way to canon, up to the fight, up to the time when their fight starts, okay? But I'll get into that in a later episode, okay? I'm not going to get into their fight, Sasuke and Itachi, because it's going to be way more epic than what I'm going to explain. I'm not going to be able to do justice, so I got to give it a majority of its own episode, okay? So what happens is, as Sasuke is heading towards Itachi, Kisame now feeling more cocky that he could take this Naruto on because he's at 100% of his chakra. He's really powerful. And when he sees Naruto's eyes, Itachi says, Kisame says, your eyes don't scare me, brat. And when he does, he makes a massive water ball jutsu, summons a massive water torrent, and throws it right at Naruto. As this happens, Naruto's chakra barrier instantly protects him, makes like a water barrier and an air barrier, and all that to keep like a permanent push back at it. And this infuriates Kisame, so Kisame does a multiple shock bomb jutsu to summon all his multiple shock bombs. And chucks it at Naruto, but yet again, does nothing. Naruto just lifts his hand up, and what happens is, it's like Earth Star mobile core, and the area where Naruto is standing gets lifted up in the air, right above them. Naruto's not flying right now, he's trying to gauge where Kisame is, and every time Kisame throws a sword, something harder just jumps straight out of his hand. And Kisame goes, what the bloody hell is wrong with your sword? And then Naruto remarks, it's probably because I'm in Sage mode. Kisame's like, what? Sage mode? Naruto disappeared instantly by Kisame, opens his hand up, a massive Rasengan instantly appears, or a lot of Rasengan appears. But that Rasengan goes from the normal blue color to a black tail beast bomb color. And what happens to all that purple color, and Naruto hits Kisame with it, and as it connects to Kisame, it goes off like a miniature tail beast bomb and obliterates him, completely destroys every facet of Kisame, and the blast is so powerful that it causes a shockwave, and the shockwave is felt by Itachi and Sasuke inside the Uchiha compound. Like as Sasuke walks into the room and sees Itachi sees Sasuke's internal Mangekyou for the first time, and Sasuke just sees Itachi's Sharingan, and as they both lock eyes and make contact with each other, the massive wake of Naruto's attack that he chucked at Kisame either hits the Uchiha shrine and it cracks the roof instantly. And what happens is Itachi and Sasuke begin to talk and begin to chat upon what happened in the old Uchiha compound that night. But Sasuke doesn't want to believe what Itachi's saying because he knows that Itachi's hiding something from him. Sasuke spent enough time with Naruto to understand certain things like this. So Itachi just pretty much tells Sasuke, if you want to know the information, little brother, then what you're going to do, you're going to fight for the information. And what happens is Sasuke smiles and goes, if that's the case, brother. He instantly opens his eyes, he has his internal Mangekyou Sharingan activated, and now that Sasuke begins to manifest his Susanoo and starts to envelop, and not only that, Sasuke closes his eyes and Susanoo gets cursed sage mark jutsus all over it, same like in canon. And this takes Itachi by surprise because he understands now Sasuke has unique powers, but didn't know he was at this degree fully. And what happens is Sasuke starts to manifest his Susanoo to the point where he has that giant arrow and he shoots it right at Itachi. Now Itachi can't put Sasuke in the Tsukuyomi because Sasuke has the eternal Mangekyou, so it's far more powerful. So what happens is, as Itachi tries to like make an assessment upon what is happening around his surroundings now, Sasuke uses uses advantage to press against Itachi, and for the most part it works. To the point where Itachi has to summon a Susanoo because what happens is Sasuke powers up the Kirin, or the Kirin, the lightning dragon anyway. As he stands up in the roof, the area where he's the high ground, Sasuke pulls the dragon down right in front of Itachi and tells Itachi, I'm not gonna miss. What happens is Itachi smiles and he goes, I hope not, and as he chucks the lightning dragon hits the Yada mirror. And that's where I'm going to leave this one off, guys, okay? I hope you like where I left the story. As I stated, that the battle between Itachi and Sasuke is not going to do any justice for the small part on the video. So what I'm going to do is do it on the next part, okay? So I hope you like where I left it, okay? A little cliffhanger, a little zinger before the next episode. Yeah, it's just how I do. But yeah, as usual, without further ado, guys, this is Dr. Ko saying, Nope, I am not saying peace. I forgot to mention something. Haha, joke's on me. So what happens is, on my what-offs that are gonna be coming out, sorry, this is the time I can state this to you. Tomorrow I'm actually gonna redo the what-off. I'm gonna actually add some more what-if Minato Spirit merge with Naruto ones again. My bad for everyone else that's waiting for the other what-offs. I just have a lot of those what-offs already ready and waiting for me to like make videos and upload, as opposed to all my other recordings. So I'm gonna get those out tomorrow. Not only that, my next what-off, after I get a couple of those Minato Spirit merges out, I'm also going to make what-if Naruto train like Saitama and Danzo ones side by side. So you're gonna get at least 2 each of those what-offs in a day, hopefully. Okay. So I know it's a little bit ambitious, but fuck, you gotta work hard to get where you need to be, right? Nothing's easy, and I'm gonna also work hard to make sure you guys have a great experience with my what-offs, you know, and not let them like dragging behind. And not only that, I'm gonna be doing all my other what-offs like Dragon Ball Z and Attack on Titans. Yeah, but yeah, this is Dr. Ko saying peace. Also, like and subscribe. Thank you.